Officially starting the next video. Battery's already blinking dead. Making windowsills, and we've decided for the windowsill upstairs in the bedroom we're doing like a dark windowsill with this butternut.
Another has passed, another one over, but you're looking back. Regret is your enemy. I know you still have dreams, so never don't try and never sit down. Don't be wasting, don't be wasting time. 'Cause maybe you'll fly, and maybe you'll soar. When you're leaning in, you'll always be around for more. Another hope lost, another one died, another.
I didn't really show too much of the, I guess, finishing the wood on the wall. Kind of boring. Beadboard looks nice. I don't think we overdid it by any means with the beadboard. This is what I really originally wanted to do, is use beadboard at the same level that the slant is. It just creates a nice visual like look. We are going to put a little bit of trim up there on the top of the. We've decided that that's probably the best thing to do there versus trying to make beadboard work. Oh, you can kind of see Sarah's playing around with different paint color ideas. This is some paint that we have. We thought it looked good with the green. I think it does, but it's not the right color green. And I still need to make the little shelf there. And what we're going to do for the shelf is I'm going to make the bottom shelf deeper. That's going to go in past this beam. And then the top here will just be a shallow shelf. We can utilize all the space that way. I think we're going to enjoy having a little shelf there. I think we're getting there. This is starting to look like a room. Paint is going to do a lot. Oh, some of you too. There's the update on the design. We're making it. It's low priority because it's something that we can just work on at night whenever. What I'm babbling to myself here is kind of just how when I went to go connect like the stone side of the house with the non-stone side of the house, and how I didn't really know what I was getting myself into trying to make those connections. This old stud was always kind of a problem. The way I framed this hallway before I broke into the room that we're in now, I framed this hallway. And I didn't know about this stud. This is my other wall that I framed, that plumb. This is plumb. This is not plumb. And I didn't know about it. So then I've got this board now running straight. So I'm just going to have to put some wood in here wherever it needs to be, but this is pretty rigid. So I don't know, that seemed to be the best way that I could make this all be flat and straight. And then the trim will cover it. Yeah. I think I'm being like more careful than one would need to be. But I mess up stuff sometimes.
No.
I do.
No.
Yes, I do.
Did you know
This one's also 370. Those are identical.
even though we've been drifting apart lately, even though I'm never there, did you know I cried all last night?
We just cut the windowsill to size, and this is ultimately kind of what we want it to look like. Sarah does like the idea of taking the offcut, and we're gonna miter the offcut and then put a detail on it. And then if she likes the way that looks, what we could do is miter the windowsill back and then glue this back onto it, which would give you kind of like a waterfall effect where the windowsill would just look like a big thick piece of walnut that goes down the tile with a detail.
Did you know it's rained all day? Did you know I haven't left the house? Even though I just need someone around, I can't face the world right now. Don't you love me like you used to? Don't you love me like you did back then? Won't you love me like you used to do? 'Cause I'm still here like I've always been, like I've always been.
Okay, so way over here.
Wow. Yeah, it looks black.
Both of them?
Like, no, the left one looks greenish, really dark green. Yeah.
Looks like a better color. I don't know if any of these look good or bad with this, though.
I think it's fine.
They're both
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hard to say which one I like better. Yeah. For those of you wondering. Yeah. I don't want to wake up every single morning on the weekends and work on the house. That is not the first thing that I want to do every time. There's nothing else particular today that I want to do. But I can tell you that I don't really want to be working in the house. We're gluing this down. As you can tell, maybe, this first of all, this is the white ash that we bought. Sarah milled it to 1/2 inch from 1 inch, I think, and it took 3 hours to mill the wood that is just in this little walkway here. We're gonna leave all the sawdust down here in the crack, just like they did in the old days to help insulate.
I'm a bit of a fixer-upper. A couple of these doors don't close. They tell you that the attic's haunted and the kitchen faucet's broke. It ain't got that curb appeal, the kind that jumps off the page. It's been on the market a while, but it might get better with age. I've been known to take on walks.
Yeah, so anyways, when you go to step in, there's 1 inch. It's going to be about it's going to feel like a 3/4 of an inch step right at the threshold. And most people, you know, when you go to open a door, well, there's a process to it, whether you realize it or not. Not every time, but most of the time. Unless you have abnormally long arms. Open the door and you take a step in. You feel the step here. It's 3/4 of an inch, but it's not bad. It's not abnormal. Like I said, the threshold will be slanted, so if you do hit it with your foot, you you don't stumble necessarily. It's more like a slope. This is a wide enough step coming into this room. It's 3.5 feet, that you don't go like this and then try to make this step, even though clearly you can. I tend to take another extra step. So you come in, take a step here, and then you're stepping into that room. And you do not feel the step from here to here. You don't feel. It's a 1/2 inch. So either way, all said and done, 3 days to explain it. When you walk into this room, and you do it normally, you don't even notice. Doors open, well, it's a little bit different of a situation. It'll be in the full report, but either way, you walk through here, and you don't, it doesn't feel that weird, honestly. Long story short, it's done. Done. Looks good. Done.
You might get your feet wet before a price of absolutely nothing. This can be yours and you can be mine. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I can be your place. It looks a little broken down, but I got wood floors and an old oak staircase. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I'm built on solid ground. And I think the two of us together could build the prettiest house in town. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I got a big backyard.
I've reached max capacity of enjoyment today. This is all 1/2 inch maple plywood. It's the nicest, most paintable wood I could put on here. It needs to be thin because I framed these just big enough for the windows. So you don't want to really like make the window look funny by building it in too much. And so
A couple of lawn chairs down and you can see every one of the stars. I hold up in stormy weather, seen a lot in this crazy town. If you bet on this strong foundation, then nothing will knock you down. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I can be your place. It might look a little broken down, but I got wood floors and an old oak staircase. I'm a bit of a fixer-upper, but I'm built on solid ground. And I think the two of us together could build the prettiest house in town.
12, 13, 14 pieces. That's not bad. Entering the room as we do. Main light switch is right here. This is a nice little space. Shelf is incredibly useful. And then these windows are interesting. They're very narrow. 22 or 23 inches. These are hot water radiators. This is the dormer that I built. And this is the one that was always here. Obviously, they look pretty identical inside. It's a closet. It's, what, 5 by 4. And it has all of the radiator, you know, stuff, the valves and whatnot. That needs to be accessible, so we're going to be still framing up a little door in there. And then I've got to frame it all in with cedar. And we do have some little doors to, for that space. This one window is done. You obviously saw that. Just a little bit of sanding and finishing. I think it turned out really nice. This is probably where the bed's going to go, and dresser maybe. Pretty big space if you can't tell. It is a really large space. And then obviously that door here is a salvage door that we're just going to clean up and paint. We really like it. We got to get some old hinges for it. And then obviously that is a door to the bathroom. We're not going to show that though right now because it has nothing to do with this project. But I will be working in there very soon because we have an exciting sponsorship coming in, and it involves me finishing the floor in there. So we'll be doing the herringbone marble flooring in there soon, and so then I can install the toilet, which is the sponsorship. You heard it right, a toilet sponsorship. Be excited for that. Yeah, this is the room as it stands, and it's going to change a lot in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, one last thing. This is cool. This door here, if I haven't shown it yet, it's just from an old cupboard that fell apart that we had, and we're gonna paint this, clean it up, and paint it, and I'm going to be installing that door onto this thing, and that is my access door to get in behind the shower and up above this whole space in the attic and everything. I just thought that would look cool, having that up on the wall. That's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week when this is painted very dark. Very dark. I think I've shown the colors. I'm not sure, actually. This is dragging on now. Right here. Okay, so we had these two options. We put them out on Instagram and TikTok, actually, and everybody seems to like this one the most, and we agree. This is more of a, well, I think it's called Copenhagen green. In certain colors, it can look black, but that's okay. We want it to be dark, and so we're going to be painting the slant and the walls, the trim, everything this dark green color. The wood, the windowsills that will be obviously dark wood, and then we're going to be staining this old wood dark. This windowsill will obviously be dark. Okay, I can hear some of you like, oh, that's really dark. That's going to be dark. Yeah, it's going to make your room look smaller. It could, but remember, this is really wide plank white ash, and it's going to be really bright white floor. And that's going to help offset, not to mention this is going to stay wood up here. We'll see. You can always paint over paint if we have to. But this is what we want. This is the color that we like. And a lot of people agree. It looks really dark right there, but that's obviously not really representative. Anyways, look forward to this. This is going to happen soon. But until next time, have a good week. Have a good Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.